How did you get your Bible? The Bible that you actually own. Did you receive it as a gift? Did someone go to a bookstore and say, this is my friend or this is my daughter and this is a gift that I'd like to get her, and allow that salesperson to help guide them to where they made a decision about this gift to give you? Or were you the person that walked to Target or Walmart, which is just fine, and went looking for a Bible and picked what you liked? Maybe you were one that just asked around and then you were able to have some ideas as to which Bible to get. That is a fun thing to be able to do. And you don't always just have to have one Bible, you can have a couple. Use them to compare and look at different translations and such. But I have a recommendation for you about having maybe two Bibles and then looking to enhance your library by looking at what do those Bibles have as extras, or they may be called features, or they might be called study aids. Whenever we look at our Bibles, of course, they are going to have Genesis through Revelation. My Bible that I have, that I carry around with me, whenever I look, and I encourage you to do this, look at the table of contents. Look and get yourself familiarized with what is in the book that you hold. Just about everybody's is going to have Genesis through Revelation. Maybe you have just a New Testament, and then it might just have Matthew through Revelation. But most of us, we're going to have a Bible that has Genesis through Revelation. But open it up, find your table of contents, and look and see what else is in there. Inside of my Bible that I use mostly for reading, I have a section in the back of the Bible that are called features. And in these features, what I'm finding is there's a section there called How to Use This Bible. And it gives a great handout on what it takes to read. What do these little symbols mean? What's this solid circle? What's this star? Or this goofy triangle? What does that even mean? Well, the publishers have taken time to put that information in there. They have a description of God's plan for salvation. That can be handy for you, or not just for yourself to know, but if you are wanting to speak with somebody else about the plan of salvation, you don't have to just have it all in memory. This book, you can just turn it back to page 1502. Here we have commonly used abbreviations in the text that is included in this Bible. There is also almost all of them. Even the Bibles from the Dollar Tree store have tables of weights and measurements. That's for another discussion. Also, there is a section in here called Where to Turn. So if you are needing to speak with someone or offer them comfort, or looking for a verse to write in a card or a celebration, and you want to look up in the back of your Bible the word grief or joy, it'll give you a sampling of Bible verses that have to deal with that. So you're able to look those up. What about jealousy? Maybe someone has something that you wish that you had, and you're a little jealous. Instead of being just jealous of what that person has, we can learn the standards that God has, and maybe instead of being jealous of them for what they have, maybe we can be jealous for what they have, because God has blessed them, and we can just enter in that celebration with them. But I wouldn't know where to turn if I didn't have a topical concordance in the back of my Bible. There's verses in here about honesty, hope, what does the Lord look like, what does it take to be a wife or a husband, a father, what is it that the Bible has to say about tithing or unity. These are included in the back as a study help for my Bible. Take a moment to look at what you have in yours. Just out of curiosity, I grabbed just a paperback Bible. I don't even remember where I got it, but it's not a study Bible. It's just a good old reading Bible. And of course it has Genesis through Revelation, but also in the back, this Bible has lists, all kinds of lists a list of Jesus's name. It gives me all the passages where Jesus has a different name or God has a different name. All the prayers in the Bible are included in this list. It gives me a historical timeline so that I can look and see where, so we had the creation and we go all the way to Revelation, but what was happening in the world around that time? And it's so very interesting to look at that timeline. There's also a list in here of all the teachings of Jesus, all the miracles of Jesus. That's included in this one, but it's not included in this one. But I can easily take the lists that are listed in this Bible and look them up in this one and make notes of them. It really is a super way to use more than just one Bible. So today, take a minute to think about, how did you get your Bible? And do you need to tell someone thank you, or just smile at the memory of them giving that Bible to you? Are you needing to go and buy a new Bible? I am happy to talk with you about what you need to think about in order to go get a new Bible. Mostly, what I'm wanting you to do is open the front of your Bible to the table of contents. And of course, as I keep saying, Genesis through Revelation is there, but there are a lot of study guides and assisting lists and timelines and charts in the Bible that maybe you didn't know was there. In one of the Bibles I looked at today, there was even reading the Bible in a year list. I had no idea that was included in that one particular Bible. There's some really fun things that you can find when you take time to open the pages of the book. And I want you to remember, you are so wildly capable of reading your Bible. God has empowered you, and if you are curious about Him and His Word, that is a curiosity that He is happy to answer. If you have any questions for me, send them my way. I'm happy to oblige. Thank you.